My screen is visible, right?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Can we start the session?
Yeah, sir.
So, last classes we are seen about fiber matrix and metal matrix composites. So we have a lot of types in composite materials. The first two types, fiber matrix and metal matrix. Today we are seeing about ceramic matrix composite and nanomatrix composite also. That's the next slide. So first one is ceramic matrix composites. So first of all, what is ceramic? So yeah, ceramic is any of the various hot, brittle, heat resistant and corrosion resistant materials made by shaping and firing an inorganic and non-metallic material like clay at high temperature. So what is ceramic? A ceramic is a material. So it's have a high brittleness, heat resistant, high hardness and corrosion resistant is more compared to other materials. So this material is made by shaping and using a fire high temperature rate in using inorganic and non-metallic material. So that's called a ceramic. So if you using any metallic or organic material in that procedure, it's not a ceramic. Mandatory we are using inorganic and non-metallic material for making a ceramic. For example, you know about clay. Clay is one of ceramic material. At a high temperature, it started to melt it, and we make a recued shape of the ceramic. So that is called a ceramic. So we are making ceramic matrix composites using ceramic materials in any each one material, each one or two or more material like any fabrication or matrix or any reinforcement. So ceramic matrix composites are subgroup of composite material and subgroup of ceramics. So it's also any one of the type of composite material using a ceramic material. The ceramic composite matrix composites are made up of any ceramic material and substance. They consist of a ceramic fiber embedded in a ceramic matrix. So we have on a ceramic matrix, the fiber of ceramics embedded with each ceramic matrix. The fibers and matrix both can consist of any ceramic material. So the basically composite materials, two or more material consistence of two or more material connected to one and each other. So if any one material is a ceramic material, that's also called ceramic matrix composite, whereby carbon and carbon fiber can also be regraded as ceramic material. So if we have a carbon and carbon fiber composite material, so we are adding some ceramic property material, that's a ceramic material. So this is the basic and best example for ceramic composite material. This is rocket nozzle. So combustion chamber nozzle is face the high temperature during combustion, and so high vaporized gases come temperature gases are flow through the nozzle. That time the nozzle facing high temperature. If the nozzle have a high melting point, the nozzle sustain the temperature. So we are using ceramic material in nozzles. The ceramics is easily sustain the high temperature compared to other materials. So mostly nozzles and combustion chambers are made up of ceramic composites materials because it's got a high brittleness and high stiffness and at the same time high temperature resistant also. So we are using this material in nozzles. So, what is the reason why we making a ceramic composite materials? The motivation of develop ceramic matrix composites was to overcome the problem associated with conventional technical ceramic like alumina, silicon, carbide, aluminum nitride, silicon nitride, or zirconia. So we have already using a traditional and conventional ceramics like a clay. You know about the clay, but we are using some chemical ceramics also called alumina, silicon carbide, aluminum nitride, silicon nitride, and zirconia. So silicon is made up of sand and some soil components. So this type of ceramics have some disadvantages. So we are making ceramic composite for overcome the disadvantage of traditional or conventional ceramics. They fracture easily under mechanical or thermomechanical loads because of crack initiated by small defects or scratches. So normally the normal ceramic materials easily over brittleness, so it's easily breakable. So if you give any small impact or any small scratches on the surface of the material, so that start propagate the crack, and after the material was failure in quickly. So you know about the clay pots and some cup and saucer made up of some clay ceramics. So it's easily break in the small distance of surface. So if you throw in the small force, it's easily break. So we are making composites on ceramic materials. So ceramic have a good thermal resistance and good stiffness, but it's have a low shock resistance. So we making a composite on that material for increasing their shock resistance and shock resistant and mechanical load resistant. So we make a composite material for ceramics. However, the improvement was limited, and the products have found application only in some ceramic cutting tools. So far, only the integration of long multi-standard fibers has drastically increased the crack resistant, elongation of and thermal shock resistant, and resulted in several new applications. So normally the ceramic application was limited. The normal traditional ceramics have a limited application products. I have found some we are using some cutting tool or some home appliances tool that's or some high temperature withstand places only. If we are integrate with some fiber like a fabricated fiber, so make a new composites with the help of ceramic and multi-strand fiber that gives a good combination of composite material of ceramic matrix composite. So they have a high crack resistance, elongation and thermal shock resistance, and resulted in several new applications. So traditional and conventional ceramics have a small application and limited applications. If we apply the technology of composites, it's have more application compared to traditional ceramics. So the manufacturing process usually consists of the following three steps. So it's manufactured by three steps: layup and fixation of the fiber shaped like a desired component. So it's like a hand layup or spray layup method. Anything we need a fixation the mold and and shaped like the desired component. Infiltration of the matrix. So infiltration is the one of the chemical vaporization method. So filter the unwanted components and properties of the matrix material. Final machining and if required further treatments like coating or impregnation of the intrinsic porosity. So first we make a mold and layup method and fix the required shape, and another step is infiltration, and final is machining. If required to further any treatment like coating or impregnation, we added the process also. So what is ceramic fiber? The next topic is ceramic fiber. Ceramic fiber as a crystalline or amorphous synthetic minerals which are characteristic by their refractory nature. So ceramic fiber is a crystalline synthetic mineral. It's also one of the synthetic mineral. It's artificially made by humans, which are characterized by their refractive nature. So it's have a literally refractive nature similar to ceramics materials. So ceramic fiber in matrix composites can have a polycrystalline structure as in conventional ceramics. So it's look like a there's a microstructure of the ceramic fiber. It's look like a conventional ceramic structure. They can also be amorphous, have inhomogeneous chemical composition, which develop upon pyrolysis and organic precursors. The high process temperature required for making CMCs preclude the use of organic, metallic, or glass fiber. So, if you make a composite matrix ceramic matrix composite, we need a high process of temperature because it's have a high melting point and high withstand power, resistant power of high temperature resistance. So we need a high temperature to melt the ceramic and pour the required die or shape. Hello, Sugar. Sugar, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sir.
So,
Here there is a bit of network issue, sir. So it is
no problem.
disconnecting and connecting.
Yeah, okay, no problem. So now it's clear.
Now it's clear, sir.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So manufacturing procedure. Several methods for making a ceramic matrix composite. The first one is matrix deposition from gas phase. So it's one of the chemical vapor deposition. It's well studied for the purpose. In the presence of a fiber perform, chemical vapor deposition takes place in between the fibers and their individual filament. Therefore, it's called a chemical vapor deposition. So we make a composite material used with the help of composites and fiber material. So ceramic and fiber materials, it's have a small gap of the each material. So using chemical vapor deposition, we apply the temperature and apply the chemical resins. It's joined together, get the bond, and finally we get the ceramic composite material. Another one is matrix forming via chemical reaction. In this method, one material located between the fiber reacts with a second material to form the ceramic matrix. So we have one normal fiber material and another one is a ceramic matrix. So some conventional ceramics also manufactured by this reaction. So the one material is fiber and another material is ceramic property. So we're using some chemical reaction on that material. So that time it bond together and finally we get the ceramic composites. So in this chemical reaction method for using some conventional methods also, conventional ceramics also. For example, reaction bonded silicon nitride is produced through the reaction of silicon powder with the nitrogen. So we make a one silicon nitride composite using this method. So the method is reaction bonded method. So silicon powder with nitrogen. So applying heat and chemical substance, it's combined one to each other, and porous carbon reacts with silicon to form reaction bounded silicon carbide, a silicon carbide which contains inclusions of silicon phase. So the another method is the matrix formed via electrophoresis. In the electrophoretic process, electrically charged particles disappear in a special liquid or transported through the electric field into the perform, which has the opposite electrical charge polarity. This process is under development and it's not yet used industrially. So electrophoresis process a little confusing process. So electric charged particles dispersed in a special liquid. So charged particles is submerged in some liquid. So we are submerged the composite connected materials on that liquid. So we apply the electric field through the electrolytes or the electrocharged liquid which has the opposite electric charge polarity. So changing their electrical polarity on the material, that time the atoms are combined one to each other. So finally we get a ceramic composite material, but this process is under development. So we are not using this process in industrially in now time. It's only in research and development stage. So properties of ceramic matrix composite. So, what is the property of ceramic? High thermal shock and creep resistance. Creep is one of the crack and thermal shock. So, if you heat it in over temperature on any material, it's propagate a crack and small shock wave on that material. So, some another material easily affected the high temperature. So we are using some jet engines or rocket engines to make a overheat compared to another normal engines. So that time it's making a thermal shock. The thermal shock easily impact the material and make a crack. But ceramic material have a high thermal shock resistance and creep resistance. So it's withstand a high temperature compared to any other reciprocating engine temperature or any normal temperature. So high temperature resistant. So it can withstand also over high temperature, excellent resistant to corrosion and wear. So in this material, so brittle material, and it's not easily react with any other substance like water vapor or any other chemical vapor. So it's made up of chemical vapor since it's a high temperature during high temperature. So normal time this material don't react with any water vapor or any molecules. So it's excellent corrosion resistant and wear resistant. Internals to aggressive chemicals. In inertness. So some material is react with another chemical or another gaseous form like nitrogen or any chemical, but it's have some inertness characteristics to aggressive. So the any concentrated chemicals or any acids or does not affect ceramic matrix composite. High tensile and compressive strength. There's no sudden failure as compared to conventional ceramic. So it's have high tensile and compressive strength. What is the reason behind the high tensile and compressive strength in ceramic? Because it's combined with the fiber matrix. So the fiber matrix gives a high tensile power for ceramic composites. So thus, so no sudden failure as compared to conventional ceramic. So conventional ceramic only made up of clay or some sand materials. So it's have high brittleness. So it's easily breakable. But the combination of ceramic matrix composites made up of main material and another matrix is a fiber matrix. So it gives a high tensile and compressive strength for reducing the crack failure. So application of ceramic composite material, heat shield systems for space vehicle, which are needed during the re-entry phase where high temperature thermal shock condition and heavy vibration load takes place. So if you flying to over Mach number above Mach 5 or any hypersonic speed, that time due to the friction, the material is go to the high temperature and start to the melt. But the ceramic have a high melting point and temperature withstand characteristic. So re-entry space shuttle, like re-entry capsule or space shuttle, especially the re-entry phase, the entry surface of the capsule made up of ceramic composites only. So if any one capsule return to the re-entry to the Earth from International Space Station, that time the ceramic phase of a capsule it's phased on the air's relative wind. So the it's withstand the high temperature and high friction and thermal shocks also. So the thermal shock condition and heavy vibration load take place. So that's give a securable and smooth smooth withstand in during the flight on the hypersonic speed on an atmosphere. Components for high temperature gas turbines such as combustion chambers, stators, vents, and turbine plates. So in intake places or intake places are have a cold air and cold temperature fluid, but outlet of jet engines or any combustion chambers have a high temperature. So high temperature gas turbines, combustion chambers, stator blades, and turbine blades are made up of this ceramic composite material for withstand the high temperature. So high powered turbojet engines, combustion chambers, and nozzles are made up of ceramic composite material. Components for burners, flame holders, and hot gas ducts, where the use of oxide CMCs has found its way. So the last application is based on aerospace, but this is based on refractory industries like some heated element like making of steel alloy that place have a burners for making overheat. That time using ceramic composite, it's withstand the due to withstand overheat temperature. So we are using the burner from ceramic composite materials, flame holders and hot gas ducts also, brake discs and brake system components which expensive extreme thermal shock. So we are playing during we are playing braking, that time the friction, due to the friction, the material was get the thermal shock and over temperature. If you using a ceramic composite material, it's reduce the thermal shock and absorb the over shock and safely apply the brake and reduce the speed. So composite ceramic composite materials mainly used in brake discs and brake system components. So components for slide bearing under heavy loads requiring high corrosion and wear resistant. So it's have a high resistant and high corrosion resistant wear resistant. So we are using slide bearings under heavy loads materials. And future development for application in space. Why we update this material for future development? Uh, Reduce the weight. So if you reduce the weight in up to date, so we can increase the efficiency of aircraft or any spacecraft, higher load carrying capacity of the system. So in future we are easily go to the space station or any planet. So we need a higher load carrying capacity. So we definitely update the characteristics of the composite material. So and reusability for several re-entries. So the capsules have a good reusability power. We can using the several re-entries on the space station using the rockets. So better steering during the re-entry phase with the CMC flap system. So if you have a composite material flap system, we can easily uh, changing the direction and stable the capsule or any shuttle during the re-entry of atmosphere from International Space Station. So we have mandatory research in composite materials and develop the characteristics of composite material to improve our space programs and aircraft programs also. Other application and development: thrust control flaps for military jet engines. So what is thrust control and thrust vectoring? It's changing the direction of thrust. So due to gas flow, it's have over temperature. If we are using some normal or traditional material in that place, it's easily melted and it's not vector the thrust. So we are using ceramic composite material to control the thrust and changing the direction of aircraft using the thrust control jet engines. Components for fusion and fission reactors. It's a nuclear reactor. So in nuclear reactors, fusion and fusion reactors are available. Some nuclear reactors. That time it's creating a more temperature and thermal shocks of enormous excess radiation affection. So we're using ceramic composites for absorb the extra vibration and thermal shocks on during in reactors. Friction system for various application. So braking system is one of the friction system, and some frictionable system is absorb the vibration and heat in the ceramics absorb the heat and vibration. So we are applying this using this material for this application. Nuclear application: heat treatment, heat temperature, soldering fixture. So if you need any heat treatment above some Curie temperature, so we are using the handle of like a handle on a ceramic materials. So we take any other material to apply the heat treatment at high temperature. So we can reduce our effort of the work. So another one is nano composite. So another one of the advanced composite materials called as nano composites. So first of all, what is nano material? Nanomaterials are chemical substance or materials that are manufactured and used at a very small scale. So if you have any chemical substance material that have manufactured by chemical reaction or human effort, using a very small scale of materials like 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer, within 1 to 100 nanometers, that material called nanomaterial. So if increase in, that's called micromaterial or macromaterial, but the material size is 1 to 100 nanometer, that's called nanomaterials. So first of all, we are seeing about nano composites. So what is nano composites? The nano composites are a broad range of material consisting of two or more components. So it's also like a composite material normal. It's a broad range and it consists of two or more components with at least one component having a dimension in nanomaterial material region. So we are using two or more materials for nanomaterial composites. So if at least one material have a small dimension like nanometer size, like 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. So composite is a multi-phase solid material where one of the phase has one, two or three dimension of for less than 100 nanometers or structures having nanoscale repeat distance between the different phase of the that make up the material. Nanocomposites are found in nature, for example, in the structure of abalone shell and bone. So, first of all, in naturally, nanocomposites are available in our human bone and abalone shell. The abalone shell is a seashore plant. So, the use of nanoparticle-rich material long predates understanding the physical and chemical nature of the material. So, if we are adding in nanoparticles on composite material, it's increasing the physical and chemical nature of the material. And nano composite have two phases. The first one is nanocrystalline phase, and another one is matrix phases. The phases may be inorganic phase, or inorganic organic phase, or organic phase. Okay. So we are making a nano composite using the nanomaterial, nanoparticles, adding a composite materials. So in mechanical terms, nanocomposites differ from conventional composite material due to the especially high surface. So last lesson we seeing about normal conventional traditional composites. It is it's literally different type compared to normal conventional composite material because it's have a high surface to volume ratio. So it's have a high surface, low volume of the reinforcing phase, and it's exceptionally high aspect ratio. So it's have a good aspect ratio. This large amount of reinforcement surface area means that a relatively small amount of nanoscale reinforcement. So we are using small size of nanoparticles. So it's reduce the volume of the material, but increase the surface of the material. So compared to the conventional composite material, it's have a high surface to volume ratio. This large number of reinforced surface area means that small amount of nanoscale reinforcement can have an observable effect composite. For example, adding carbon nanotubes improves the electrical and thermal conductivity. So we are making one composite material. That time we are adding carbon nanotubes for improves the electrical and thermal conductivity. So carbon nanotubes easily conduct the electricity. So if we need a good electrical conductivity of that material, we are adding the nanotubes on the composite material. So it's also have three types like the normal conventional composite material like ceramic matrix composite material, metal matrix composite material, and fiber matrix. Ceramic matrix nano composites, metal matrix nano composites, and fiber matrix nano composites. So ceramic matrix nano composites consist of ceramic fibers embedded in ceramic matrix. The matrix and fiber can consist of any ceramic material, including carbon and carbon fiber. So ceramic matrix nanocomposites consist of ceramic fiber embedded in ceramic matrix. The matrix fiber can consist of ceramic material, including carbon and carbon fiber. The ceramic occupying most of the volume is often the group of oxides, such as nitrates, borates, silicates, were the second components of the metal of a metal. So if made on ceramic composites, so most of the material is made up of ceramic characteristic material and are a combination of oxides like nitrates, borates, silicates, were the second components of a metal. Ideally, both components are finely dispersed in each other in order to electrical, particular optical and electrical magnetic properties. So if we adding the particle of nanoparticles, so it's increase the characteristics of optical, electrical, and magnetic properties. topological, corrosion resistant, and the protective properties compared to conventional ceramic composites. So another one is metal matrix composites. Metal matrix nanocomposites can also be defined as reinforced metal matrix composite. This type of composites can be classified as continuous and non-continuous reinforced materials. One of the more important nanocomposites is carbon nanotube metal matrix composite, which is an emerging new material that is being developed to take advantage of high tensile strength and electrically conductivity and carbon nanotubes. So it's like a normal traditional method, nanocomposites of metal matrix. So if we adding the substance of carbon nanotubes as a carbon nanomaterials in the normal metal matrix composite, so it's increasing the characteristics of high tensile strength and electrical conductivity of carbon nanotubes material compared to conventional metal matrix composites. So adding substance of nano particles on the composite materials, increasing the character positive characteristics of the material. So another one is polymer matrix nanocomposites.
Hello?
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Oh,
sir.
sorry. The mic is turned off. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So in polymer matrix, right? In this slide, okay.
Yeah, sir. You can see.
The polymer matrix nanocomposite in the simplest case. Okay, this is the simplest. Polymer is known as combination combination of monomers. So the millions of monomers combined together, so it's make a polymers. If we adding some composite sorry nanoparticle on in this process, so during polymerization, so it's make like a fillers is adding as a fillers on a nanoparticle in polymerization, that's make a polymer matrix nanocomposite. So it's increasing the properties of polymer and increasing the stiffness of the polymer material. So another one is magnetic nanocomposites. Magnetic nanocomposites are multiple component material typically containing nano-sized magnetic material to trigger the response to an external stimulus. So magnetic nanocomposites have a multiple phases, multiple components materials. So any one component have a magnetic property that include that magnetic property material size is very small in 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. So in this nano-sized magnetic particle is trigger the response of the external stimulus. So if you are applying any impact on the material, so it's trigger the magnetic field and it's making some electromagnetic wave. So we calculate the value of the reaction and impact on the reaction for maintenance and future purpose. So nanocomposites that can respond the external stimulus or that increase the interest due to the fact because of large amount of interaction between the phase interface. The stimulus response can have a larger effect the composite as a whole. So the external stimulus can take many forms as such as a magnetic, electrical, magnetic field. So the external forces easily absorbing magnetic material because it's have a nano-sized magnetic particles on the composite material. So we can measure the magnetic value and electrical and mechanical field value during impact or any force acting. Especially magnetic nanocomposites are useful for the application due to nature magnetic material ability to respond both electrical and magnetic stimulation. So, so we can using this magnetic nanocomposites for respond the electrical and magnetic trigger or stimulus during flight or any moving time. The penetration depth of magnetic field is also high, leading to increased area the nanocomposite is. So using natural magnetic material for this scenario, the penetration depth of magnetic field is also high compared to artificial. So it's leading to increase the area that nanocomposites it's affected by, therefore an increased response. Another one is heat resistant nanocomposite. The heat resistant such nanocomposites can be utilized in environments wherein high temperature resistant in the prime criterion. So it can utilize the environmental temperature. In the recent years, nanocomposites have been designed to withstand high temperature by the addition of carbon dots. So carbon dots is one of the nano size particle. So if we are adding the nano size particle of carbon dots, it's increasing the temperature withstand power of normal composite material. So it's called as heat resistant nanocomposites. In the polymer matrix, such nanocomposites can be utilized in environments wherein high temperature resistant in prime criterion. So it can easily withstand the high temperature and utilize the environmental temperature and changing their property. So another one is composite material application. So normally we are using the many traditional composite material like carbon fiber. Its other name carbon fiber reinforced polymer or carbon fiber reinforced plastic. So it's made up of it's a source product of carbon fiber, epoxy, polyester, vinyl ester, nylon. So tomorrow over tomorrow we are seeing about some practical procedure of hand layup method. So we are using this type of chemical during the hand layup method. So that's called the epoxy, polymer, polyester, vinyl ester, nylon as a matrix product. And reinforcement product is carbon fiber, aramide, aluminum, ultra high molecular weight polyethylene as a reinforcement material. So application of carbon fiber, we are making some less weight material, carbon fiber composites. So making a race cycles or anything. In the aerospace industry, we are using a less weight airframe using the carbon fiber, using small Cessna type aircraft only. And another one is fiberglass. It's also called as fiber reinforced polymer. So the fiber reinforced polymers contain epoxy, polyester, vinyl ester, nylon as a matrix. And reinforcement as glass fibers made up of silica, silicate, oxides, and of calcium, magnesium, boron. So this is the glass property material. So we are using this material as a reinforcement as powder stage. So we are adding some chemical resins for filler and binder. So it's easily attached with the matrix polyester or vinyl ester, nylon type of strings. So application of fiberglass, making storage tank and high temperature withstand tanks are made up of fiberglasses, and bulletproof glasses are made up of fiberglass composite. This is normal glass and containing the bulletproof glass consisting the normal glass and polycarbonate or any fiberglass of material. So why we choosing aerospace application in satellites or any? Because it's our dimensional stability, environmental stability, strength and stiffness, versatile and unique tier integrity, economical viable. So it's also known points because it's got dimensional stability, so it's not easily affected any impact load and it don't change their proper shape. Environmental stability, strength and stiffness. So another one important aerospace application is Kevlar material. Kevlar is a simply super strong plastic. It is made up of para-phenylene diamine and terephthalate chloride. Okay, and just problem. This combination creates aramide threads that are dissolved and then spun regular fiber, which are woven into fabrics. So we're making Kevlar composite for a high power material. So in normal times, the sports materials also using Kevlar material. The matrix for high performance composite is usually epoxy resin. The we are using matrix as a epoxy resin. So advantage of Kevlar materials maintains its strength and resilience down to cryogenic temperature minus 196 degrees Celsius. So if you have any uh, storage tank like liquid nitrogen or liquid hydrogen, we can easily store this using this material. So because it's have maintained the strength uh, down to cryogenic temperature also. High tensile strength to weight ratio, 5 times stronger than steel. So it's have high strength tensile range and the low weight compared to 5 times of strong steel property. Can resist attacks from many different chemicals. So it can resist the reaction of chemicals. So we can easily store the any type of chemicals in any type of low temperature. Disadvantage: it has very poor compressive strength. So Kevlar material have a poor strength. So we can't use using in this material using any loaded places and loaded trusses. So it's only for using tensile load places. And another one is future of composites. So composites also have a high impact resistance. So day by day and every day by day, the researchers and scientists and engineers improving the properties of composite material. So we have improved the high impact resistance, thermal stability, damage tolerance, which are properties that enable aircraft construction with composite to fare better in accidents. Additionally, composites are better at resisting fatigue and corrosion. So we are already see about the self-healing composite material also. The every scientist and researcher to develop the self-healing and self recognizing their problem and fracture of the material and healing the own cracks. So the future of composites based on the many research like increasing their impact resistant thermal stability. Future of another one in aerospace. In aerospace application, approximately 50% of component of the airspace is made from composites. The primary benefit that composite components are reduced weight and assembly simplification. So we can easily assemble the components of composite material compared to the normal material, or reduced weight assembly simplification. The large scale use of composite in current program of development of helicopter, military fighter aircraft, small and big civil transport aircraft, satellite launch vehicles and missiles. In automotive industry, that last slide is explained the aerospace application. It's automotive industries. Composites are being considered to make a low weight. So it's have a low weight and safer, fuel efficient vehicles. So if using making a cars and bikes using usage of made up of composites, some cars and bikes. So it's reduce the weight and increasing the mileage and efficiency of the vehicle. A composite is composed a high strength fiber in a matrix material that when combined provides magnified property compared with the individual material by themselves. So it's made up of two or more materials. So it's have a combination of property of that material. So it's compared to the single material, it's have a good property. Many components like steering wheels, dashboards, seat roof, hatch, mats, energy absorber, instrument clusters. So many car and bike products and parts are in futurely made up of composite materials. In electric field, composite material have strength, high modulus. Electronic composite embraces high thermal conductivity, low thermal expansion. So that was very important. During conduction of electricity, the material go to the high, the vibration of electrons. The material go to the high temperature and expansion. So we are using a composite material on that a PCB board or anything. So it's reducing the temperature and low thermal expansion characteristics. So we can easily using the electronic components in a composite material. Chemical industry. Advantage of composite of the fire resistant property. So it's have a good fire resistant property and lightweight, moldability and resistance to chemicals So it's got one inert characteristics. So it's not react with any powerful chemicals. So it's made material used in chemical industry. Composites are extensively used in industrial, like grating, scrubber, ducting, piping, or any storage tanks, exhaust ducts, pumps, blowers, structural supports. So the storage tanks are made up of composite material because it's not react with any uh, concentrated chemicals or any gases. So we can move to the normal materials to composite material for chemical industries also. So composite material are used for domestic purpose like furniture, window, door, mating, civil construction. So nowadays we are using some wood products for furnitures and steel products, and using the construction using TMT rods as steel rods, alloy rods. So futurely we are using composite material for home appliances and sports. So using some hockey bats or anything made by composite material, we can use composite material for better performance of the parts compared to other normal materials. With the help of review, we conclude the composite material have wide advantage and application in various industries. We can make a better life with the help of composite material. Definitely, because the normal material have a high weight and over easily impact with load and easily corroded. So we can changing our products in regularly, but use with the help of composite material, it can give a good life compared to normal material. So that's all. Today class is over.
Okay, sir.
So,
Thank you, sir.
so tomorrow we are seeing about some practical and hands-on training of hand layup method of composite material. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.